Okay, friends, so now that we are done with our admin dashboard, okay, so we are done. Let us go and do the client side so that when we make changes here, it will reflect there. So first we will start with our signing, or let me run the app first. Okay, so my front end is working, back end running, this the admin also running. So I'll create a new terminal and cd into client and just run npm start. Okay. Yes, I'll say yes. Okay. So whilst it's loading, first we we'll add the Google sign in. So just go to Google Cloud Console. Make sure you go to Google Cloud Console, right? Or you can just say search Google Cloud Console, right? And just okay, select this one or this one, anyone. So when you select the second one, if you're not logged in, you will log in. Make sure you have a Google account. And when you come here, you see here, if you don't have any projects, you click. If you have a project too, you see your project list. When you click, you see new project. So click on new project and give it a name. So I'll do full stack blog, right? Okay, and location, you can leave it like that. Also full stack blog, I think it's the underscore. Okay, great. Okay, so you see that it is written here, and make sure you select that project. So when you select it, make sure you see the name here that it has been selected, right? And when you see here, it's checked. Okay, so when you see this, just click on this here and go to API and services. API and services. Okay, then go to OAuth consent screen. So OAuth consent screen. Okay, so with was it close, then we can make it internal or external, right? So let's see, select external, create. Okay, so the app name, Fullstack blog, and this is, you select your email. If you have logo, you can upload the logo. Domain will be http localhost. I am running on 303. Okay, so I'll put port 3003. Okay, and I'll copy the same for here. Okay, the developer email, contact information. I think we can leave it like, okay, now. So put your email here. Let's make these ones, remove them. Okay, and just let it be that, and we can save. Okay, great. So now go to credentials. Yes, so credential here, let us create credential, and it should be OAuth client ID. OAuth client ID. Okay, so let's select our app. It's a web app. So it's okay, web. And the name is Okay, start blog. Oh, sorry. Oh, oh, what's happening to my keyboard? Okay, and we add URI. So this way we have the HTTP or it's a localhost. Okay, so if you're running on 3001, put 3001. If you're running on whatever you're running on, put that one there. Okay, I'm running on 303. Okay, and when we deploy it, we'll have to come and change this. So click on create, and now you have your client ID. So just copy your client ID, then go to your client.env and paste it here, right? Yes, and also the Firebase key that you used in your admin side, you can copy that one too. We'll use the same key. Okay, so copy that one too and bring it here. Okay, 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 so far so good. So now let's continue. Okay, so now you can close this, click OK. Okay, so let's go to the sign in page, and okay, so how do we do the sign in and sign up? Okay, so first we go to sign up. So go to sign up. Okay, great. So here we have to create some functions inside our utils file. So we go here, then in utils, right? Great. We'll create API course.js. Great. And we'll need to have this, so we'll export cons API URI equal to localhost 3. No, our backend is running on 88,000. Okay, great. Okay, let's import Axios here from Axios. Great. Okay, so now we'll need in here we'll need a function to sign up when it is email and also sign up when it is Google. So first let's do with signing up with email. Okay, now let's do that of the Google first. So Google sign up. Okay, so say export cons get Google sign up. Okay, it should be an async function. So async. Okay, so in a try catch, we'll just say that cons user should be equal to await Axios get. Okay, it's a get request, and I'll just copy the endpoint and bring it. Okay, so it'll go to http slash google api slash com.com .oauth v3 user info. Okay, so here, then let's add headers. So we have headers, and the authorization will be bearer. Then we add our access token. Oh, sorry, or be like this. Great. So we have access token. Okay, the access token will come as a parameter here. Great. Okay. So when everything goes through here, let's change, we can say dot then, and in a dot then, we get a response, right? We get a response, and we'll just turn the response dot data. Okay, something like this. Okay. Now, if the user dot sub, so it has a field called sub, which is an ID. Then what do? We say const data. We form a new data with name being equal to user.name, email. You know that the various fields coming are not the same as the one we have. Email verified equal to the one coming from here is email verified. Okay, great. And our image, we go to user dot not image profile, no, it's picture. Okay, so we'll form this data. Then once we form this data, we can make another request. Says result go to await axios.post. Okay, so now we are going to make a post request to API root. The endpoint is auth/Google sign up. Great. Google sign up, and we'll attach data. Okay. So if it goes through, we can, log the data. Let's log the data and see. Great. And if an error occurs, we'll just return these errors. Okay, if an error occurs, we'll check if the error has a response data or the error that responds. We can console log it and return the error. Okay. Also, let's talk about how we can sign up with email sign up. Okay, so say export const email sign up, which should be an async function. Okay, so with that one, we'll get the data coming through from here. Okay, we'll use try catch. So that one to const result. Okay, auth/register. Great. So something like this. So axios.post is auth and register that we pass data. Okay. then we will return result.data. Okay, let's change it. Now if an error occurs, the same thing will bring. Okay, great. Okay, so now let's go inside. Let's open this and sign up page. Okay, so here we can import from dot slash utils slash API calls. Okay, so here we need Google. No, it is get Google sign up and email sign up. Great. Okay. So where do we have our functions? Okay, great. So we have Google sign in here. So Google sign in should be equal to we say Google's. Okay, it should be equal to use Google login, and to make sure it is coming from Google, make sure it's imported. Yeah, okay, great. And we open an object and we say on success. Great. Should be an async function. We'll have the token response. Great. Okay, we'll have the token response. Then we will set our loading. We'll set its loading. It's loading. We have this loading. Oh, okay. I don't think we have that state. Okay, so in here now, if we go to our store, okay, here we have is loading. So this is loading. So now let us bring here, get our user from our store. So use store from our store. Okay, so we have user, we have the sign in, and we have the set sign in. Okay, so if you check, we have the sign in and the set is loading. Okay, great. So here set is loading to true. Great. So once we set it to true, then now we can say const user equal to await get Google sign up. Great. And we'll pass token response dot access token. Okay, so the token response has this access token, and if you come to here, we're accepting it here. Okay, great. Okay, so we're passing the access token, which will help us to get the user data. Okay, so access token. Once we pass it and it goes through here, okay, still inside the on success, we'll set its loading to false. Okay, false. And we'll say if user dot success great. So if it comes out to success to be true, right? If success comes to be true, then what do? We will save the user info to our local storage, right? Passing the user and the sign in. Okay. Or if else, if it's not successful, we give a toast of error that says user our user dot message, whatever message that came. Okay. I want to believe this toast is imported already. Great. And let's check if we also have the toaster. Okay, the toaster is also here. Okay. So let's go over it again. What we are saying that this Google login has on success function, and when it is successful, we'll set the loader to true, and we'll perform this function that we created in here. We'll call it, when we call that function, then we'll set this to false, and when the success is true, we'll save it to our local storage and also pass it to our state, else we'll give a message. Okay. Okay. So I'll just copy and bring this function in our utils index. Great. I'll just paste this function that does the saving. That's save user. So we are just accepting the user and the sign in, which is the function we getting from here, from our store, right? Great. We'll just set the user info to the user store, local storage, right? We set it like this. And we also set the sign in, passing the user being equal to the user.user, and also the token being equal to user.token. Then we give a toast, right? We give a toast. Okay, we give a toast. So make sure toast is imported here. We give a toast, then we set a timeout, then we just, go back. Okay. So I'll just import this function here. Great. Okay. So let's check and see if we get error. We say that provider client ID. Okay. Client ID. So if we go to index here, do we have our client ID? Yes. Okay, it's here, and here I think it's the same name. Okay, where this process.env. Let it reload and let's see. So make sure the names are the same. Okay. Parameter client ID dot. Parameter client ID. This is client ID. Okay, so friends, welcome back. So I made a mistake, and the mistake I made was instead of .env, I just wrote env. So make sure you bring .env and just restart your app. It should work. Okay, so we will not need this again. Okay. Okay, so since I on this email I am logged in, I'm going to open a different email account. Okay, so this is localhost. Localhost. Yeah, 3003. Um, oh, localhost. Okay, so then go here and let's try and see if it will work. So let me open my mongodb. Okay, so if we click here, okay, also open my console. Make it big. Okay, great. Console. And okay, let's clear. Sign in here. Okay, so log database. So just go to collection. Okay, and if you remember, we're using this one. Okay, so I'll go to users. Okay, so currently we only have one user. Okay, so let's click on the sign up. Let me bring it here and select my email, and let's see if it will go through. So since we should, okay, access has been blocked. Okay, verification process. Oh, okay. So let's go back and check. Okay, so here. Okay, we said. Okay, so friends, welcome back. Actually, I wasn't finding the error, so I created a new project. So this one, so just create a new project, and when you go to API and services, right, go to auth here. So just add the app name, add your email. I uploaded an image. Okay, leave all this as it is. Then add a support email or developer email. Okay, then just save. Here you don't have to add anything. Just go and you go back to your dashboard. Okay, so that's it. You don't have to do anything again, and go to go of client. Okay, and also I created one. Okay, so if I go to edit, you just give the name of the app, you give the URL. If you're running on 3001, put it here and put the same thing here and just save it, and you get your client ID and you copy it. Make sure you copy your client ID. Okay, then you go and put it in your .env file. Okay, so now let's test it and see. So if I click on, let me go to my, okay, so if I click on sign in, console. Okay, so it's here. Clear my console. Okay, if I click, it's signing in. Great, and it's in. So we get a message here. So now we get the user profile. So it's been logged out here. Okay, so if you remember, in our code, we said that we will log the data. So this logs the data. Great. Okay, so once the data is logged, we can now return the result data. Okay, so let's check our DB and see if we have it there. Okay, so database, collection, this and user. So now you see we have two users with the email here. Okay, great. Great. So now we are logged in. So we sign up. If we try to sign up again, let's see if we'll go through. So we get that email already exists, right? Okay, so now let's go back and okay, let's try the email sign-in also and see. So that one I'll give any name. I'll set test user one and test one at gmail.com, and I'll give any password. Great, and just click on submit. Okay, something happened. Okay, let's go and check it. Sign up. Okay, so this is working. Oh, okay, yeah, we now to work here. Great. So let's work on that. Okay. Okay, so here, if in case the user selects an image, we want to use a use effect. Okay. Yes, we're gonna use a use effect to upload the image. So like we did in the admin, we'll just be doing the same thing. Here, we'll upload the image and let's import this. Let's make sure we import this. We'll just copy and bring it into our utils. This is stored utils here. Okay, great. Great. And here, make sure you go to your admin, SRC, utils, and the Firebase that you have. Copy the same thing because it's the same thing we are using. Okay, so client, utils, and paste it here. It's the same thing we are using, so we don't have to change it. But make sure this name matches what is in your here. Great. Great. So make sure it matches. Okay, because it's the same thing we are using for front end and back end. Okay, so let's import this. It's not coming, so I'll manually import them. Okay, and let's also import the app. Now the app is also coming from the Firebase. Okay, so the Firebase file, so it's in the util here, so /Firebase. Okay, great. So it's the same thing. Okay, so if we go back here, whenever we upload file, we just want to import it from utils, and we send this and the file itself. Okay, great. So now inside this function, let us make our calls. Okay, so we can put the event here and say that e dot prevent default to prevent it from reloading. Prevent, okay, to prevent default. Okay, so e dot prevent default. Now we'll set this loading to true. Set this loading to true. Okay, then say const user, let's say result should be equal to await. Then we call the email sign up. Now we'll pass data, we'll spread our data and add the image to file URL. Okay, great. The one is successful. Then we'll change the loading to false. Great. We change it to false. And also check if result dot success is true. Okay, so if result success, we'll just save user info, then we'll pass the result, then the sign in function, else will pop an error, the token, we'll pop a toast. Okay, great. So let's try it again. Okay, so result f, it's undefined. Result, okay, oh, question mark. Great. So here, let's go and sign up with email. I'll put test user 1 test@gmail.com, and I'll put a password. I'm not going to add image. Okay, let's add image and see. Okay, I'm going to select this red icon and click on this, so it loads, then we get a toast. Okay, so now we are here. Great. Okay, so let's check our DB and see if the records is saved there. Okay, so here, so now we have 3 users. Okay, great. Okay, So now if we go to let's go back to the sign in page, and let's work on this too. Okay, okay, so here then we'll go to login page. Okay, okay, let me take this off. Great. So here also we'll need to bring our user, so I'll just copy and paste. We'll also need all this like we did from there and import it from our store. Great. Okay, so we'll go back to again to here, not here, to our API calls, and we need to create login with Google. Okay, so we have this sign in, and let's also have this for login. Okay, so login is the same thing. We get in, we're fetching the data and we just return only the email, right? Yes. Okay, so we'll get only the email, then we'll log in to our backend to check if this email exists. So we'll pass the data. If it exists, we'll get this. If not, we'll get this error. Okay. And also the login with email. Okay, I'll also bring that one down here. It's the same, follows the same pattern. Okay, so that one too, we just move into a post request URL auth login, then the data coming from here. If it's true, that very simple. Okay, so we'll go to login. Okay, so in the okay, so like we did for Google, I'll just come here and copy the same thing and bring it. Okay, so here we're using the use Google again. On success, we're getting the token, passing the token here, right? Passing the token to this function that we just created to import it from here. Okay, so we accept the token here. Okay, great. And when it's successful, we'll also save the info to our storage, and if not, we say something went wrong. Okay, also let's deal with this. Great. Okay, so in here we also get the event. We say e.prevent prevent default. Okay, to prevent the browser from reloading, let's set this loading to true. Okay, so the same thing, const result await email login. Great. They will pass the data to it. Then we set this loading to false. Okay, then same thing like we haven't. Okay, so we also bring the message. So if it's true, we save to our storage. Let's make sure we import this. Great. If it's false also, we do this. Okay, great. So now I think we can check here. It says API URI. Where do we have that? I think it's coming from here. Okay. Okay, it's the URL. Okay, I made it L. Let's change it to L. Okay, so Let's go back and sign in with Google. Great. Okay. Getting something went wrong. Okay. Okay, so let me play it again and do this. Okay, so Axios dispatchment. Okay, let's go and check. Okay, so we get token goes here, this email. Okay, okay, so here okay, access token. Okay, okay, so let's check our server. Okay, so Google sign up, register. Okay, so let's try again. Let's see this. Okay, so something went wrong again. So if you check here, you can see that we're not getting to the backend. Okay, so pretty much from here, somewhere here. Okay, so API URL. Let me try to console the user here. Okay, and also let me console log the token and see if we get in here. Okay, great. Sign in. Okay, so if I click, okay, so I'm getting the token. The user is being logged. Okay, so invalid URL. Okay, so we get in here, and here is also getting logged. So the issue comes from here. Okay, so let's check from auth route. Okay, so here log in, it's a post. Then here we go, we'll get email and password. Okay. Okay, we get email and password here. Okay. Okay, so there should be a / here. Okay, great. Okay, so /. Let's try it again. Log in. And okay, and this time it goes through. Okay, great. Great. Okay, so now our login is done. So let's move swiftly to the other pages. So first, let's move to the navbar. Okay, so let's go to navbar. We don't need this. We don't need this. This is done. This is also done. Okay, so let's go here. In our layout, we have the navbar. Okay. Okay, so we're getting the user from here. And if it's true, so yes, we're getting the user here. Okay, so we log in user here. Yeah, so why? Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, so we get an object here. The object has okay, let's reload it again. Okay, so the object is empty. So let's check. We'll go here to application and go to local storage here, and we have user info being logged here. Okay, user info. Okay, so let's go to our store. store, it's from here. Great. Oh, okay, we said user. Okay, we can change this to user info. Yeah. User info. Okay, great. And I think it should work now. Okay, great. So we have our user here. Okay. So let's see if the logout also works. Great. Okay, so logout in the navbar where we have our logout. Okay, so let's do this to user info. Great. And I believe now it should work. Log out and reload it. Okay, it works. Okay, so let's try the email. It was test@gmail.com. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're getting an error. Okay, so it's like this, and if I click, there is an error. So what might possibly be is, okay, we need to put a / here. Okay, so I want to believe that's all. So go and we go through. Okay, great, good. Okay, so now let us come here and see how we can fetch the data. Okay, so inside the home, home, I'll close this. Which one is? Can close this. Okay, so home component. Okay, great. So now let us create, the hook that we can use to fetch post. Okay. So inside the hooks folder, create post hook.js. Okay. So we'll create two hooks, one for fetching data, the post. So export cons use post equal to, we will take the writer ID. Okay, great. So say cons set is loading, which is coming from use store, from our store. Okay, we also need location, it is coming from use location. Let's navigate, which is also coming from use navigation. We also need search params, which is coming from use search params. Great. Okay, what again we need? Search params. We also need page and set page, which will be a use state. Great. And this we're going to use a search param, right? Dot get. So we'll get page. Great. If it doesn't exist, we set it to 1. Okay, great. Now we also need to get category. So we say cons category and set category equal to cat. Great. Else we pass nothing. Great. Okay. Okay. Great. So now let's have another state for post. Let's set post use state an empty array, and we have 1 for number of pages and set number of pages. Okay, is equal to 1. Okay. Okay. So we have all this. So now in a use effect, we're going to have a function that says fetch post fetch, and this will be an async function. Great. First, we need to update our URL. So update URL. Okay, and that function does not exist. So the same one we used in our backend, I'll just copy and bring it into the utils index. Great. Okay, so here we're taking the page number, the navigate, and the location, and also the category, right? And we set the category, we set the page numbers, then we just move to that page. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, so update URL. Then we'll pass the page. Pass page. We pass navigate. We pass location. And we pass category. So that will be go to the category that we created. Great. Okay. Then we set loading to true. Okay. So in a try catch. Great. Now we'll say const then with the structure data dot await axios. Okay, make sure axios is imported dot get, and inside it we will have API. Great. API slash post slash so post, then we add a category cat to category. Great. And page to page. Okay, and let me scroll up. Okay, so we move to post, then we pass a query of category being equal to category, the one we created up here. Okay, category, also category. Great. And page to also page. And let's also add another one, which is writer, because this will be reusable. So writer ID will also be the writer ID. So if the writer ID exists, we use that, else it will be nothing. Okay, great. So okay, so at the end we'll set post to data or empty array. Great. Then let's set number of pages to also data dot number of pages. Okay, it should be number of pages. Great. Okay, then when error occurs, I'll just copy my error message and bring it. So in the error here, we can have error. And we can also have something we call finally. Finally, we can set is loading. No, is loading to false. Okay, great. So okay, so whatever the page changes as well as the writer ID, we'll call this function again and again. Okay, so we need to call this function. So here beneath it, we want to first move to the top. So say windows.scroll to top, then left. Yes, smooth scrolling. Then we'll call the fetch post function. Great. Okay, so what then shall we do? We just need to return a couple of things. We'll return the page, we'll return the post itself, we'll return number of pages. Right. Okay, I need to check. I think I wrote. Okay. Number of pages and set page. Okay, great. So return this 4. So if we go, we can go to our home. Great. And in the home here, we can now remove all of this. We will not need them. If it comes, this should be equal to use post. Great. And in the use post, we'll say the writer ID should be equal to nothing. Yes, so here we don't need the writer ID. So here we'll get the post itself, we'll get a number of post, and we'll also get the set page. Great. Okay. Okay, so here toast does not exist. What is toast? In our hook here. Okay, when an error occurs, toast. Okay, so toast should be coming. Okay, so now we're getting the 2 posts that we have. Great. Okay, great. So if we go to our backend, which is here, and let's say I copy 1 post from here. Okay, if I copy any post from here, okay, so if I go here, that I want to create a new post, so create, and okay, so I will select the title. I just copy and paste title, coding. I'm going to select an image. I'll upload this, then I'll just copy the content. Okay, so here I'll just paste content. Interesting. Okay, and post. So it's true. Okay, so we have okay, so we only have 2 posts. So if I reload, okay, so we have 3. Why do we have 3 here and 2 there? Okay, so it's supposed to be 2 posts. You can check our DB. Okay, so DB collection and post. So we have 3 here. Okay, 3 here. Great. Okay, so we have 3 here. Okay. Okay, so we're getting okay, so we have 3 here. Great. Okay. So let's also do the post, popular post. Okay, so we'll also use the same approach to create a hook. Okay, so here we export cons, use popular post equal to, okay, like this. So const popular and set popular should be use state. Great. Okay, so in a use effect again, okay, so inside we're gonna have fetch post again equal to an async function. Okay, so say const, then with the structure data await axios dot get. Great. We'll do this API. Great. Okay, so we'll go to post and popular. Great. Okay. Okay. So we'll set popular to data dot data, and on error I'll bring my message. Okay. Actually, let's wrap this in a try catch. Great. So I'll put my error here and I'll copy this and bring it here. Okay. So here, okay, this function here, we'll just call fetch post. Okay, great. And let's return popular. So let's go and use it. So where we get in the popular, okay, so we don't need this post anymore. We also do not need this. Okay, so here after fetching post, we can also say const popular should be equal to use good. Great. Okay, let's check and see. Okay, so we have 3 posts and the 3 are also here. Great, and we have only one account that's here. Okay, great. Okay, so let me console log the number and see number of pages. Okay. Okay, so let's log and see. So number of pages. Okay, one. Okay, great. Okay, and this log is coming from navbar. So up navbar and remove this log. Okay, great. So close home. Okay, so number of pages here. Okay, so in our pages, number of pages, yes, go here. Our pages, pages, I don't know, maybe it's coming as pass as int. Do this and let's see. Okay, we haven't this page been enabled. Okay, okay, so let's see our post route. Okay, the post route, where do we get the post? Get post and page 1 items 5. Okay, this goes up. Okay, it's number of page. Let me change it to number of pages. Great, because if you check from our hook, we call in dot number of pages. Okay, so I think it should work now. Let's try by reloading it and see. We are not getting any post. Go here, getting Axios error. Okay, let's try again. Okay. Post here. This, oh, I think this does not exist, so it should be pages here also. Great. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, reload, and let's see. Okay, great. So we have it. Great, and we're on page 1. Okay, good. So let's go to the categories page. Okay, so we can close this or this here, categories page. Okay, so here we will not need all of this again. We'll just say columns. So use post. Great. Okay, so also you can say the writer ID should be now. Great. So here we'll get the post itself. We get the number of pages, and we get the set page. Also, let's get the popular. Should be equal to use popular post. Okay. Okay. Make sure you remove the unused imports, the dummy data. Okay. So you can click Alt Shift and O to remove it. Okay. Okay. So here we have 2. Great. If we go back. Okay. So this is from news. So if we click on news, we get 1. Okay. Okay. So this is down here. It's also down. Okay. So we go to I believe details. So we can click here and go to the details page. Okay, so down here and here, go to. Okay, so now let's go to block details page. Okay, so here we need to get a single post. Okay, so here we'll get the set loading. So we need to get a single post. Okay, so how do we get a single post? We'll go into our here. Okay, say export cons then we get single post. Should be asynchronous. Okay, so we'll get the ID here. Okay, so inside let's give it a try catch. Okay, so const, let's destructure the data, await, get. Okay, great. Okay, okay, something like this. Okay, so / we go to post / then ID We don't need data here. Okay, then the ID. Okay, so when it goes through, we'll just return data. Is this? It also has data. Okay, great. If an error occurs, we'll return the error like this. Okay, simple. So in here, logs d2 page. Okay, so in here, okay, it says if there's ID, we want to, okay, so great. So let's have a function. The function should be const fetch post. Okay, great. And we'll say set is loading to true, and const data should be equal to await, then get single post, then the ID. The ID is what we begin from the params. Okay, great. So set post, we have a post up there. Want to set it to the data, or it should be empty. Okay, great. Right, so now we can take this thing off and make it as now. Okay, great. And when an error occurs, and okay, here, great. And we set, yeah, to false. Great. Yeah, that's what I mean. We set this to false, and in here we'll just call a function if and only if great. Okay, so let's go to check. Great, so we have this. Let's go back and go to sunflower, this one. Great, great. And if we click here too, it should work. Okay, let's see. This one works. This one, oh, okay. So we get an issue here. Okay, let me reload and see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's go check. Okay. Let's also get the popular post and serve. Okay. So const popular should be equal to use popular post. Okay, and make sure you remove the dummy data input. Great. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so if we click on this, we come here. Okay, so yeah, this is post, and if we click on this, great. Oh, okay, so The one that was not working was coming from the dummy data. Okay, so I think it works now. Okay, so where we going again? Okay, let's work on the comments. Okay, great. Comments. Okay. So in the comments here, okay. So you go down, 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 down. Comments here. Okay. So we're getting the user. We're getting the comments. So here we make it empty. Okay. Okay. So this is 200 comments. Okay, so now let's fetch comments. Comments. Okay, also async. Great. Okay, so here we'll go back to our utils. So we'll need a function to get the comment, one to post a comment, and the other to delete a comment. So the const export const get post comments and here we'll be getting the ID. Great. Okay. Great. The other one will be post comments, and the other will be delete. Okay, great. Okay. So inside we're gonna have try catch. Great. Okay, so how do we fetch the comments? So as usual, pretty simple. Await axios dot, it's a get request. Great. API URL. Okay, so here API URL / no, this should be in parentheses. Okay, slash push slash comments, then / the ID. Great. Okay, so return data. Okay, on error the same thing. Okay, so I think we can have same thing here. Great, and copy this for the third one. Okay, so this is how we can fetch our comments. How do we create a comment? Okay, so also we're going to say result should be equal to await axios dot post axios dot post API / post / comments / then the ID. Okay, then we also pass our data. Okay, so here, before you can post a comment, we'll need the ID, the token, and the data. Okay, so okay, the data goes here. Now after the data, let's have headers. We need to have headers. Great. Then we have authorization. It should be plus token. Oh, token. Great. Okay. And okay. Then let's return results dot data. Okay. Let's also talk about how we can delete our comment. Okay, so I want to very simple. So I'll just copy, delete, and bring it here. So also we'll need the ID, we'll need token, and we need post ID. Okay, so the comment ID, the post ID. So we'll do delete, API URL. Okay, so we'll go to post comment. Okay, so here should be comment, I believe. It's only here that should be comments. Let's check our post route. Oh no. Post route. Okay, so the get should be comments. The post is comment and the delete is comment. Okay, great. So the delete. Okay, so we just delete by passing the comment ID and the post ID and pass our token. Okay. Okay, great. So back to comments. Great. So first, let's come to how can we fetch comments. We'll just say const response response equal to await get post comment. And where is it coming from? From our utils. Great. All we need to do is to pass post ID, which we are getting from here. Okay. Then we set comments to the response. Great. How do I also make? Okay, so in a use state, use effect. Let me call this function with no dependency. Okay. Actually, let's make the post ID as a dependency, because whenever it changes, we want to fetch records. Okay. So before we delete it, how do we even make comment? Okay, so I'll have another function as handle post comment. Okay, so here we'll get the event. We'll say e.prevent default. Okay, so we say cons that one to resource, go to await post comment coming from utils, right? We pass the post ID, we pass user dot token, and we'll pass the description. Okay, this description we get in here. Okay, and I'll just bring the various notifications. Okay, so if it goes through, we're gonna fetch comment again. Okay, so if it goes through, we fetch comment, right? Then we give a toast. Great. Let's see if you have the toast itself down here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so where do we call this? Okay, so in our form, where is our form? Okay, this is the form. We say on submit handle post. Okay, great. Then let's also delete and see. So we're going to test all. Okay. So delete will also becomes response equal to await delete no post comment from our utils. Okay, make sure you import it from the utils. Okay, I also need an ID. We need user token, and we need post ID. Okay, so if it goes through, just say if response success, then we just have to call fetch comments again. Great. Okay, so I think this is used. Okay, they are used. Okay, so let's go try it. Okay, so there's no comments, no comment. So I'll just say hello and send it. Okay, so it's here. Another hello. Great. And I can delete it. Let's see. Delete. Okay. So if I click delete, okay, maybe here, delete. Okay, it should be / here. Okay, great. So I click on delete and it goes. Oh, okay, still there. Let's see. Okay, it's still there. Okay, great. It's now working. Good. So press comment. Great. Okay, so comments working. What is left? I think yes. Profile. This. Okay, we need to work on this now. Okay, so can close this, and here we move to this page. Okay, so we have a user, we have the ID, we have the number of pages, so we will not need this anymore. We'll just bring a hook. I'll bring it by copying it. Okay, so I import it. Okay, and I also import this. Great. And make sure you remove the dummy imports. Okay, great. Let's see. Okay, so we have two posts and they are here. Great. Okay, this side working, this side working. Now we left with here. Okay, so let's get a state for okay. Okay, so how do we fetch writer? Okay, so that's also a simple function. So actually we left with two functions, so I'll just copy it and bring them here. Okay, so we have this two. The first one is we get the writer information using the ID, and that will be so we say we want to this project data await expressjs.get the URL / users, then get user, then we pass the ID, we just return the response. We also want to get the writer's followers, so also the same thing. Okay, it goes to user. Okay, then we pass the ID, yes, attach our token, and we return the data here. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, so now okay, so okay, so in a use effect, okay, so we use effect. Okay, in a use effect, we'll just have a function fetch writer go to async. Okay, so it comes response equal to await get writer info, then we pass the ID. Okay, then we set writer to the response. Okay, great. We just have to call this function in here. Great. Okay, and whenever the ID changes, we'll also do this. Great. Let's reload it and see. So URI UR1 URL. Okay, let's try it. Okay, reading followers now. From the followers, here. Okay, let's chain it first. Okay, great. So we don't have any follower. Great. So we have 2 posts. So now we have the option to follow. So now let's work on the follow. Okay. Okay. So in the okay, so cons handle follow. Okay. So just say cons response equal to await follow writer. Follow writer. Okay, so which is this one? We want to follow the writer. Okay, so follow writer. Then we pass the ID. We'll pass our token. So great. And okay, so we can move this function out here. Okay, so that when it is successful, we'll call it again. Okay, so if response.success true, right, we'll just call this function again. This okay. Okay, yeah, like this. Great. So let's go check it. So if I click on follow, okay, let's see if we actually so ID and token. Great. Okay, so we need to use the function follow. Where is the follow button? Okay, so this is where we have the button. Okay, so this is the follow button. So here we'll pass the function here. Okay, pretty simple. Let's try it and see. Okay, let's reload it. Okay, I click follow. Great, so we have follow here. Okay, so it still says follow. So what might be the case? So here the writers dot follow ID. this one down here. Okay. Fetch.map. Oh, okay, so this should be F. Okay, so this F will map over it. Let's see. Great, so you are following this. Okay, good. You can also make an option to unfollow, okay, if you like. Okay, so, and if you click on it here, it goes. Great. Okay. So I think we are done. We can do basically everything now. So if you check here, we've been to this page, this page, this page, and this page. Okay, so basically now we are done. We left with deployment. Okay, so let's try and deploy our app. Okay, so now let's talk about deployment. So first push your code to GitHub. So GitHub. So I have done mine. Okay, so I have pushed mine to GitHub. Yeah, in here, in this UI branch, I have my server. Okay, so I'll go to render. Make sure you log in and just click on create new web services from GitHub. Go and select Fullstack. Okay, so this is my, okay, so I'll give it a name, Fullstack blog. Okay, so there are two branches, so it's in the UI branch, and here it's in the folder server, so this folder server. Okay, and here it's node. The start should be npm I. Okay, and this is npm start. Okay, great, should be free. And don't forget to add your environment variable, which is your Mongo URL. Okay, so the Mongo URL, you add it. UWT token. Okay, so add the token. I'll just put anything here, and I will not add my email and password because I noticed some of you do enter wrong email, so my email keep being blocked. So I will disable the verification function. Okay, so once done, just click on this deploy. Okay, deploy it. So once it is deploying, you can. Okay, so now let's deploy our front end and the admin dashboard. Okay, so we have our backend running here, so I can just click on this to copy it, or even this to open it. Okay, so we just need to go into our project. So go to okay, let's start from the admin. Go into your src and your utils file where you have your index, and just change your URL. So I'll duplicate this and comment on one, then change this. Okay, and before you deploy it, make sure you go into your public folder and have this file. Okay, so the file is _redirects. redirects. There's no extension, just redirects and put this code into it. I mean, this will help you when you reload your project on Netlify, that it will not crash. Okay, if you don't have this, you will have issues whenever you reload your your website. Okay, so have this. Okay, and put the same thing also into your client. So go into the clients, into your utils, in API calls, also have the same thing there. Okay, so change the URL. Okay, save it, and make sure also in the public folder you have this same thing there. Okay, so now let's build our projects. So first I'll cd into admin. Okay, okay, I'm inside the client already, so let's start from the client. Okay, so just run npm run build. Okay, let's open another terminal for the admin. Okay, so cd into admin and also run npm run build. Okay, so whilst it is building, go to your Netlify. Okay, go to Netlify, make sure you have your account. Okay, so it's I think it's working, because if you check the log here, you can see, yes, it's working. Go to Netlify. Okay, so when you come here, just click on add new site and select deploy manually. Okay, so we'll just have to drag and drop the build folder inside here. So let's go and check. Okay, still running. Okay, okay, let's wait for it to finish. Okay, so the build is complete. The build of the client is complete, and the admin is still running. Okay, so let's deploy this. Okay, so just go into the client, and if you go, you see there's a build folder here. Just right click to review it in File Explorer, and it's here. Okay, I'll make it a bit small. So just have to drag and drop it in here. So just drag and drop. Okay, let's wait for it to upload. Okay, it has been uploaded. Okay, so you have to check if we have okay, this one is also done. So you go into your client and just go to your environment variables and copy it. Okay, so I will just copy it off. Okay, so just copy your environment variables, and if you remember, we have our Firebase key and Google Client ID. So just copy the names. When you come to site configuration, you see that we have environment variables here. Just click on it, click on add environment variable, put the name here, then you put the key here. So I'll just copy my key. Okay. Copy, then add another one, then Firebase. Then the key. Okay. All right, so once it's done like this, that's all. So you can go to site overview. Okay, here you can change the name if you want, right? You can say you can change the name here, yeah, if you want. I'm not going to change it. So okay, so let's see if it will work. Once we click here, let's see if it will work. Okay, and this is our front end. Great, it's working. Great. So if I click on this, great, it works. Great job. Okay, so in order for our Google sign in to work, see, if we go here and click on sign in, it might not work. You see, access blocked. So you just have to copy the link, right? The main URL like this, just copy it and go to your Firebase console. Okay, so I'll bring it here. Just go to your Firebase, select your project. Okay, I have this project. Okay, select it and go to APIs, right? So the API and services, and go to credentials, right? Okay, the credentials you created. So this one, you just have to click on edit, right? Edit. Okay, so edit, and you just have to add it here. So add URI. So add it. So this one has to be without the forward slash. So just remove the forward slash. And the next one, that is the authorized redirect, you add the forward slash to it. Okay, great, and save it. Okay, let's save it and see if it will work. Okay, so let me reload it. Let's go back to login, sign up. See, so now you see it comes here. Let me click on my email and see. And successful. So we are logged in. Okay, great. So let's go and go back. So also when you go into your build folder, the admin, open the build folder in the admin. Okay, so this is it. This is my build folder in here. So I'll just click on add new site again, manual deploy, and just drag and drop it, right? Drag and drop again, drag and drop. And also if we have env file, that is also our Firebase key, so we'll have to add it like we did for the client side, the front end. Okay, so just go to site configuration, env or environment variable, add from here, paste, then copy your key, put it and save. Okay, so you can also change the name if you want. You can change the name here, but I'm going to leave it like that, and just click on this to open. Okay, so this is this side is working, and let's see if this side also works. Okay, so I'll log in. And I'll just click on login, and we get a message, successful. Okay, great. So we are in. Okay, and it works here. Great, everything still works as expected. Great. Okay, so this one works and this one also works here. Great, so that's how you can put your project online, and this is responsive. Okay, so if I go to phone, great, it's very responsive. Okay, so you can modify it to suit your need. Great, it's also responsive. So if I already had it deployed, so if I go here, if you want additional features, okay, I have it already deployed here, right? Okay, so you can check it where you can rate here. The one we did not add edit post nor profile. If you want additional features, you can check the link in the description to get the full source code. Yeah, okay. Now because I am using a free so I'll close this, a free server on render. You see the server always goes off and when it is inactive. Yeah, so when a first call is made, it will take a little bit of time. Okay, great. So here you can edit a post, right? So if you want the code, it's in the description, so I can just say edited, great, and post. Great, it goes through. Great, and it has been edited. So I think it's this one, not this one. Let's see. Okay, so you see it's edited. So if you want all this, you can also update your profile. Yeah, right. Yes, great. So if you want all this, the link is in the description. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also buy me a coffee if you find this helpful.